Welcome back, everybody. Mark here, Academic Advisor in the Engineering Advising Center, here with today's Study Smarter video. Today it's about distractions. We'll take a look at a few common distractions, and in the end, we'll discuss how to best go about avoiding them. So here, if we take a look, here's you in the library, right? Here you are working on your math homework, your calculus. You're really waist deep in the material when all of a sudden, your phone buzzes. And so what's happened now is that your mind is moving from the math somewhere else. So all of a sudden you're thinking, well, who is it? What is, it beeped a certain way, so I know it must be mom or it must be somebody else. So then you take a look at your phone and all of a sudden it's Tina. She wants to meet you for dinner as usual tonight. So you say, all right, Tina, that sounds like a plan. You get back to it, right? Back to the math. Seconds later, what happens? It's another message. Yep, it's Tina again. Yeah, just wanted to confirm 6:30 as usual, the normal table. So you're like, yes, Tina, this will be great. And then you get back to it. So you're back to your math. What's happening here is that every time your phone buzzes, you're being removed from the material that you're working on, and your brain has now gone to address something else. And then when you come back, it takes several minutes for you to get back to that sort of level of focus that you were in before the phone buzz at all. Another common scenario, here you are doing some work in your room, and all of a sudden your roommate comes back. And he's just coming back from the gym and has decided that he would like to watch some TV. So it's his room too. You say, sure, okay, and I'll put in some earbuds or something, and you can watch your show. And so your roommate turns on the TV, and all of a sudden, of course, it's loud. And it sort of takes over the room. Same thing's happening. Your brain is being pulled from the material that you're working on and being kind of set in different directions. You're trying to focus, but the TV is just distracting. Here's another common scenario. So here you are in class with all of your classmates, and you're trying to listen to a lecture, and you're sitting in the back, and what you notice is that you have someone on your right with a laptop, someone in front of you just to the left with a laptop, and a number of students between you and the professor. And so while you mean to focus on the lecture, what sometimes happens is you might notice, oh, your friend is on Facebook in the row in front of you, or that someone else is doodling off to the side of the room. So when you're in class, even there, the distractions sort of loom in, and they take over your mind, and they really kind of pull you away from the material that you're trying to learn. So let's discuss how do you avoid these things. First is turn off your phone. Really, and this kind of expands more. It's more than just your phone, but find an environment where there will be quiet. So avoid studying in your room, even if it's quiet there some of the time. Chances are pretty good that maybe it's the floor above or below you, or your neighbor who might be making some sound. But turn off your phone when you're working if you can. At least put it on silent and no vibrate. The idea is that even when your phone beeps or someone sends you a message, you really don't want to be distracted at all. You'll get to the messages when you're finishing with this study session, but while you're studying, you really want to be focused. Your room is the place where you keep all of your distractions. This is where your guitar is. This is where your computer is, your roommate is, where all of your friends are, maybe on your corridor in your building. And so trying to get work done there can be quite difficult. Make use of your mornings. This is actually a great suggestion. You might find that the residence halls are pretty quiet until about 10 a.m. I mean, you could hear someone drop a cotton ball. It usually is so quiet in the mornings. If you're up early in the mornings, it's very easy to get things done. As the day progresses, especially into your afternoon and evening, that's when other things happen. That's when the student activities meet. That's when the student organizations meet. That's when your friends are going to see a movie. And so you want to avoid being in situations where you have to decide between, do I go to this movie with my friends or do I do my homework? And one great way of doing that is by really making use of your mornings. And this is actually a big one. It's not about willpower. What you want to do is to put yourself into situations where you're going to be doing the things that you should be doing anyway. You know about how much time you should be spending on your coursework. It's just hard sometimes to follow through on doing that without getting distracted. If you find that some days maybe you're wiped of energy at about 2 p.m. after classes, maybe you go to the gym at 2, and that helps energize you. If you have trouble waking up some days, maybe you plan to meet Tina for breakfast on Friday mornings just to get you out of bed and to get you moving. So it's not as much about willpower as it is about coming up with a plan or a strategy that sort of makes use of where your sort of weaknesses are, or where the times when you're likely to be distracted. Well, there you have it. Another video. If you have questions about this or want to chat about ways that you can avoid distractions, don't hesitate to contact your advisor.